Okay, so in our last class we talked about the the Edo alphabets, right? We discussed on how the alphabet came about, who was the first person to document the Edo language, and how since then the language has undergone a lot of uh, development and is still undergoing development, right? So in today's class, talking about we'll be talking about the consonants and the vowels, the consonants and the vowels in Edo. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, so first of all, I'll share this note after today's class. I'll share the note after the class. So bear with me. He said that Edo consonants and vowels form an essential part of the phonological system. The consonants are categorized into oral consonants, nasal consonants, and double articulated consonants. Now, for the double articulated consonants, remember how I said that scholars recent time had to now uh, they have to now break down. Most teachers now have to break down Edo Abidi. Now some say Abidi Nagripa, while some say Abidi Nopa, just to make sure people understand, right? So the reason for that is this double articulated consonant. That is why I personally try as much as possible to break it down so that everybody will understand, right? So moving on, we said each with a with distinct characteristics in terms of airflow and articulation. Similarly, the vowels are divided into oral vowels and nasal vowels, with differences in how air passes through the mouth and nose. These sound systems work together to create a rich variety of pronunciation that are vital for speech, clarity, and meaning. Understanding the structure of these consonants and vowels is fundamental to comprehending the sound system and its impact on communication. So basically, the first thing we need to understand is that the Edo consonants and vowels are very essential. They are in fact the whole Edo alphabets. They are the whole sound system of the Edo. So they are very, very important. I've heard a lot of students say, I want to learn a language, but if you start teaching me from all those consonants and vowels, I will just lose interest. The truth is, while a lot of people lose interest in learning about the alphabet, a lot of people also enjoy learning it. The reason is when you when you uh when you learn the alphabet, you are able to comprehend why some words sounds like this and why some sounds like this. For example, not everybody knows that it is nosa and not nosa, or some people say osaze and some say osaze. It is knowing the difference between o and o. That is how you be able to pronounce the right pronunciation, right? And there is no way you can do it if you do not the alphabet, if you don't have an understanding about the alphabet, right? So that is why it is very, very important when you are learning the Edo language, want to learn any language, I personally advise that you learn the alphabet. Okay, so moving on, we are talking about the Edo consonants and vowels properly. In the Edo language, there are 27 consonants and 12 vowels. Now, this is according to a total of 39 alphabets that I taught yesterday. There are a total of 39 right? Under that 39 alphabets, 27 are consonant sounds, while 12 are vowel sounds. Now, and these are split into different types based on the way sounds are made in the mouth. Here is a simplified explanation. Now, Edo consonants, 27 total. Edo consonants are grouped into three main types. The first, oral consonants. Okay, so basically, we are talking about the consonants. I will not just be reading out. The consonants are the Edo alphabets are 39 in number, and they are divided in two. We have the consonant sounds and the vowel sounds. The vowel sounds are 12 in number. Now, the consonant sounds are sounds that like I said yesterday, the consonant sounds when you divide the oral consonant and the vowel consonant, because while double articulated consonants may be different, they are still oral consonants, right? Double articulated consonants may have separated them from oral consonants, but they are still very much oral consonants. I just separated them because I wanted to simplify it so you know the difference between the normal oral consonants and the other the double articulated consonants, right? So we are looking at oral consonants. These are the sounds you make by blocking the air in your mouth with no involvement of the nose. It's like making a sound with the mouth alone, no nasal air. Simple term, these sounds are produced with just your oral cavity. When you produce these sounds, you are producing sounds only from your vocal cords, only from your oral cavity. It's coming out. The blockage of air happens inside your mouth and it does not affect your nose, right? It has no effect in your nose. It just comes out directly from your mouth. So when there is a puff of air, when it's a plosive sound, you feel the sound coming out from your mouth directly, right? Feel it coming out from your mouth directly. Hence, we call it oral consonant sounds. Examples of those oral consonant sounds are B, D, Ki, Li, Mi. There is a Gi. Sorry, the Mi is not part of it. The Gi sounds, the Ri sounds. Let me write them. E, 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 Ki, E, P, Ri, C, T, V, W, E, and Z. So if we count this, I think we should have about 15 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Yes, 15. So 15 oral consonants. These consonants, as you can see them, When you pronounce the B sound, you pronounce the D sound, you pronounce the P, G, E, K, L, P, R, C, T, V, W, E, and Z. You see that this sound, all the air that is coming out directly from your mouth, and all the sounds, there is no involvement of nose. Now you understand why there is no involvement of nose in the when we are explaining the nasal consonant sound. Kevin, you're welcome. Can everybody hear me? I want to make sure that everybody's following. So it is important that everybody can hear me. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So next is the nasal consonants. Let me increase the screen so that people don't strain their eyes. Okay. Next is the nasal consonant. In the nasal consonant, we say these sounds happen when you block the mouth but let the air flow through your nose. You can feel the air, you can feel the air going through your nose when you make these sounds. They have a distinct nasal quality, almost like the sound of a or sound or a sound. Now, nasal consonants, simplify. They are sounds that you make with your nose. They are the sounds that when you pronounce them, your nose is involved in the pronunciation. It's more like your nose is very active when pronouncing these sounds. So when you say the sound me, for example, me, you feel your nose, there's a vibration in your nose. Remember how I told you yesterday that there are sounds, how you know that sound is voiced and is voiceless is by placing your hand on your vocal cord, or some of us call it Adama. Place your hands down there and pronounce the sound, and you feel a vibration there. When you feel a vibration, you know that that sound is a voiced sound. But when you do not feel a vibration, you know that that sound is a voiceless sound. Same goes for a nasal sound. When you pronounce a nasal sound, right, you feel a vibration, you feel your nose actively involved in the pronunciation of the sound, right? So nasal consonant sounds are those consonant sounds that when you pronounce them, your nose is involved in the pronunciation. They are naturally, in fact, you can say they naturally belong to the nose, to the nasal cavity, to the nasal part of your uh, whole oral structure or your whole vocal structure, right? So examples are the me sound, the rin sound, the ni sound, win, ni. There are five. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, there are five. These are the five nasal consonants. Remember, when you're pronouncing them, you perceive your nose, you feel your nose actively pronouncing them. Let's go again. Me, rin, ni, win, ni. See, if you try to pronounce it, you feel that there's a vibration in your nose. You feel the vibration. Next is the double articulated consonant sound. These are a bit more complex, just like I said here. These sounds are made by using two parts of the mouth at the same time, like the lip and the back of the mouth. It is almost like making a sound with two different movements at the same time. These sounds, basically, aside the fact that you make two parts uh, of your mouth in pronounce, you use two parts of your mouth in pronouncing the sounds. The interesting part of the sound is that there are two different sounds involved. That is why you basically have to use two parts of your mouth pronouncing them. Now, for example, the g sound, there is something in linguistics we call place of articulation and manner of articulation. The place of articulation is where you pronounce where the sound is pronounced in your oral cavity. Remember yesterday I was teaching everybody, I said use, let me quickly share my screen. Sorry, my face, so you see me. Can everybody see my face through this other
Yes.
screen? Okay. So I was saying that yesterday I was teaching about how you place your upper teeth on your lower lip in when you want to pronounce the me sound. Me, me. You have to place your up teeth on your lower lip. Now, that is a place of articulation. That is what we mean by place of articulation. Now, when we say manner of articulation, how the sound comes out, how the sound is produced is the manner of articulation. Example, we say b. If you place your hand on your mouth, on the face of the mouth when saying the b sound, you feel that there is a puff of air, a puff of hot air on your palm. You feel it. B, b. Now, the reason for that is the manner in which that sound is produced. Now, when you say b, you either say it is a stop sound or it is plosive. Plosive also means stop. Now, in linguistics, when we want to describe the b sound, this sound, when we want to describe the b sound, what we say it is a bilabial plosive. Bilabial meaning it the two lips are involved in the pronunciation, which is place of articulation. Two lips. The two lips are the place of articulation, bilabial. Then when we say plosive, we mean it is a stop sound. It comes out with a pulse of air. So the b sound is a bilabial plosive. Now, the interesting thing I was saying about the double articulated sound is that the double articulated sound now makes use of two different sounds. For example, the g sound and plus the b sound. We give you the b, give you the b sound. G, g, g. Now your g sound basically is pronounced at the back of your vocal cavity. Your tongue is a little bit touching the hard palate a bit. And then the b sound is your bilabial sound. Now you have the b sound. It is also a bilabial because the g is not really very active, but then it is a bilabial consonant, right? So when you see things like this, they call it double articulated consonants. That is why it is called double articulated consonant. The reason is your two sounds come together to make one, and the places of articulation are two different places of articulation, right? Okay. So next is the examples. We give examples. The b sound, the b sound, sorry, g sound, p, p, uh, okay, so we have the sorry, double R, H, the B and B. Seven, totally one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yes. So now when you add the uh, 15 oral consonants to 5 nasal consonants, you have 20 nasal consonants. Adding them to the 7 double articulated consonants, you have a total of 27 consonants. 27 consonants. So before we move on, do we have any questions so far? Is there any question? So you will not forget the question to make sure that everybody is following. Any question or statement before we move on? Hello, are we together?
Yes, I have no questions right now.
Can you make the pronunciation with them? Okay. I did not hear you come first. You said
No, no, sir, no questions. Thank you.
something. Okay. So Kevin, you said I should make pronunciations with them. Okay, good. So with this, let's make few examples. Okay. I think these 4 examples are okay. Now each of these examples begins with uh, a single a sorry an oral consonant, right? Each of these examples begins with an oral consonant. So we have baba. It is not a baba. No, it is different. Nana baba. Uh, what's the English word? What's the English word? I don't remember. Or baba, to watch over a hand, to spy on someone. You nana baba wani wa gwale wa we baba iwa baba we, things like that. So baba is for that. Then we have delay. Delay is for something to fall continuously. Uh, ohun wa delay, the tears are falling. Uh, even wa delay, coconuts are falling. Delay. Now we have the B and we have done the D sound. Now for below, below, when rain is drizzling, we say I'm a philo. Or when it is falling heavily, we say I'm a raw. This philo is for rain, drizzling. It's drizzling. Rain is drizzling. So we say philo. Then to look for something, we say gualo, gualo. So the G sound, the P, the D, and the B. Those are examples. These are how you pronounce these sounds in words. For the nasal consonant sounds, we have example a me, me. See, so we have amen, amen. Amen is monkey, and we have amen, words, words of the mouth. Amen, amen, words of the mouth. For the knee, we have nana. To climb, nana, onane climb, onane climbing the walls. It can also mean to narrate, nana ebinu yate ninene. na nine. So I think for example for the win sound now win doesn't really start any um sound, any word. Doesn't start. It must start with a vowel sound, right? So we have examples like ohun, ohun, win, won. We also have ohun, ohun. That is the win sound. Then for the yin, we have it doesn't also start a word except nyanya is okay for something to shine bright. But a lot of people spell it with the Y-A-N, nyanya, right? Does it change the beat? So example of that usually shocks a lot of people is this inya. So the spelling of inya is this and not this. Okay, that is for that. Kevin, have I answered you? Oh, this ugbo, iho, bolo, kere. Now kere has both KH and RH. See, there's KH and RH. Now, funny thing is, there was a time we had an argument. I was writing two-letter words in Edo, and things like this came up. For example, Ugo is just three-letter words, but a lot of people count UGBO, making it four-letter words. From here, it is actually four letters because you are looking at it from the English perspective. But if you look at it from the Edo perspective, the G and the B is a single letter. That's why they call it double articulated. It is sound. The representation of the sound is this single. So they are one, just one. G and B is one. So this word is a three-letter word. It's a three-letter word. How would you know when you transcribe it? So we are dealing with Edo, so I'm not diving into that aspect. So these are examples. I think we have four. So moving on to talk about the Edo vowels. Talking about the Edo vowels, we say Edo vowels, there are 12 in total. Edo vowels are divided into two groups. One, oral vowel. I've explained what oral is, right? They are vowel sounds that are made when the flow just flow through your mouth and it just comes out, you know, air just flows through you. That is how it is. Oral sound. And nasal sounds when the flow of air comes out from your nose, right? Your nose is active in it. So we have examples a, e, I, o, and these are the uh, oral, the oral vowel sounds, oral sound, right? So for the nasal, we have eh, in, in. Oh, there's on. Okay, so these are the these are the vowel sounds. The oral vowels are 12. Remember, they are divided into two. We have seven oral vowels, and then we have five nasal vowels. Together, they are 12. Right? So to make examples of them, we have simple examples: aga, ebe, ewu, odo, okpa, and unu. Aga, chair; ebe, book; ewu, shirt; odo, mortar; okpa, one; unu, mouth. Right? And then for this, now I will explain this sound again, but I will I will have to explain in a way that you get to understand very well. Okay, so we have agan. That is the first word that comes to my head whenever I think of an sound, because when I was in 100 level, that was the first example that was given to us. It was used to differentiate between a and an. So take this word for example. When we pronounced aga, you did not hear anything like in it, right? But when I'm pronouncing agan, you are hearing the sound. That is to show that the word agan ends with a nasal vowel, right? So we have for the end sound, isen, en, isen. Now, also, isen and ise are two different sounds, right? Isen, pipe; ise, amen. See? And then we have in, nine. Agan is barren, for something to be barren, barren woman, something like that. Isen, five. In, nine. Osaon is a name of person. Osaon, Osaon, on, the on sound, right? And then uh sun, sun, for something to be smooth. Sun. Now, ordinarily, an English person will call this sun, but in Edo, sun, right? So we have agan, isen, iyin, osaon, and sun. So these are the these are the nasal vowel sounds, and these are the oral vowel sounds. Now, to talk about the nasal sounds, there is something called inherent nasal sounds, which means they are natural nasal sounds. Those natural nasal sounds are these these five inherent. They are inherent, like it is their nature to be nasal sounds. Same with this, same with this. But the reason these are the reason these are nasal sounds is because if you watch closely, they come in contact with the natural nasal consonant. The sound is coming together. The sound, sorry, the sound is coming together with the sound, which will give you right. So each and every of these sounds these vowel sounds had to come in contact, sorry, they had to come in contact with the nasal consonants in order for them to inherit the uh, their nasality. Take for example, there is a parable that we usually say in English. When oil touches one of your finger, it rubs it. Now, how this works is that when a vowel sound comes in contact with a nasal sound, the nasal automatically shares its nasality to the vowel sound. Take this my little finger, this my finger, to be a nasal sound, right? Now, when this other finger touches this one, for example, this my finger is soaked in red oil. Now, when this finger comes in contact with this finger, the oil in this finger automatically touches this. It may not collect all of it, like it may not stain all of the finger, but it touches it and it stains it as well. That is how the nasality works. Now, when this is a nasal consonant sound and this is a vowel sound, if it comes in contact with this sound has a little bit of nasality in it. So sorry, while the n sound, the ni sound is ni, because the vowel sound is a little bit stained with the oil, like I was explaining, you now hear something like instead of ni, you be hearing oo. So the oo is there while the n is also there. So together you'll be hearing right? Soon you be hearing osaon, you be hearing you be hearing isen and agan, right? So that is how nasality works. Now, we also have um situations where these sounds are not there. They are not they are not coming in contact with a natural nasal sound. They are coming in contact, but in words like this, in words like this. Can everybody see this word I just put? Ema, people, or ear. Ema. Now, ema, this is a natural nasal consonant sound. How does it work? This R sound eh, now has come close to this. This now gives its nasality to this. The way it works with this is that the vowel has to be in front of it for it to collect the nasality. So there's something we call progressive nasality and regressive nasality. One is going forward while one is coming backward. In case of the nasal vowels, the natural nasal vowels, the nasality is gotten through the means of regression. The N comes after the U. So the N gives the U its nasality. But in the case of this, it the nasality is progressive. It is going forward. So the MW gives its nasality to the R sound. The me gives it the nasality to the R sound. Hence, you have one and not one. No, you have a one, right? Okay. Another unique thing you should notice, Of the two oral vowel sounds, this and o, just the a does not nasalize, the o does not nasalize. It is just the and the o. These are things you should take, but that is for those of us that want to be actively writing Edo, like you want to take note of it. Remember, I said yesterday that Edo can be written two ways, the formal way and the informal way. If I can write Obowie, or Owie, I can just simply write this, right? But I choose to put this to show you that this word is missing some letters or a letter. Some people write this Oba, sorry, Oba Owie. According to Mama yesterday, some people also write Obe. Yeah, okay, whichever one you choose to write. The formal way of writing is this, making sure that each word, each sound is accounted for in your writing. That's why they call it the orthographic form of writing. But informal writing does not want to account for every single sound. What they want to do is just tell us that a sound is missing from this. So we put this to identify that a sound is missing here. So that is why we it is also to show you that this word is written the way it is pronounced, right? It is also to show you that this word it is written the way it is pronounced and not the way it should be represented on writing. So this is as a result of rapid speech. This is as a result of rapid speech, while this is this is a written system. This is how it should be written, right? Okay, so I believe that is pretty much everything from today's class. It's time for interactions. You should ask all the questions you have writing down. Let's go on. Are we together? Hello? Any questions? Contribution? Okay, there are comments in the comment section. Okay. Okay, can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? I need you to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, I will just have to recap because it's a 2 hours class. So, I will have to ask questions. You're saying everybody understands me, then we can just go ahead and ask questions. Koye.
Koyo.
Yeah.
Hmm. Beba.
Okay, so I believe this. Okay.